Hello everybody and welcome back to Robert's Reviews. Today is Friday, which means I have new releases, and always I start with a request, so that is out now. I don't actually remember what it was, but go check it out. And we always start off with The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, or whatever new Marvel show is out. And so today we're going to be talking about The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, Episode 4. So spoilers ahead if you haven't seen that episode or any of the episodes, which if you haven't, you should, because this episode is really good, and I mean that like it's really good. It gave me Winter Soldier feels from the second Captain America movie. It really was really well thought out and really good, and all the characters had something to do the whole time. It was really interesting, especially considering if you guys have watched my my episode 3 review. I didn't really care for it. I thought it was okay, and like it was fine. This is way better than last episode. It's better than the first episode, which is good, because the first episode was like pretty solid for me in terms of character development. This one's better for everything. We get character development, we get cultural issues, we get some fun Baron Zemo stuff, we get a really intriguing backstory for Captain America, kind of. It's all great. So let's just break it down bit by bit, let you know what I thought about it. So first, the opening sequence, right, which was in Wakanda. And I honestly was kind of surprised they didn't mention anything about T'Challa here and whether or not he's still here, what exactly is going on. They mentioned nothing of that. They showed Ayo, and they mentioned Shuri, both of which helped him build the arm for Bucky. So I am a little surprised and maybe a little disappointed that they didn't mention anything going on with that, although it was meant to be 6 years ago, although this is meant to be now. So I thought that maybe they would have brought it up by now, but they didn't, which is okay. I mean, they have to figure out how they're going to do that, and I don't know how they're planning on doing it. I really have no idea. I couldn't tell you. I honestly don't know. I have a few theories, but there's no use spreading theories at this point. And I hope they do it soon. I don't really want them to wait till Black Panther 2, because that just kind of feels interesting. It'd be interesting if they waited until Black Panther 2 to announce that, like, you know, T'Challa's dead. And I'm like, I feel like that would probably be something that would happen relatively earlier, and then maybe we could deal with it in a different setting that isn't in Black Panther 2 first, and then deal with it there. But that's just me. But I like the opening sequence a lot. That was really good. And then we get into, you know, the more Falcon and the Winter Soldier stuff, where basically they're trying to get Carly, right? Carly Morgenthau. They're like, we gotta get her, figure out what her problem is, and fix it, right? And so it's Captain America and his buddy who they're tracking her as well. They find Bucky and Sam. And so they go to them and like, listen, we're gonna help you out. And they're like, oh, great, helpful. And so they go, basically, and they find Carly, and Sam's like, I'm going in there alone because you guys would just, like, you know, kill her or whatever. And she's like, okay, that's fine. So then John Walker's like, I'll give you 10 minutes with her alone, that's it, and then I'm coming in, I'm gonna arrest her or whatever. And so Sam's like, whatever. So Sam goes in, and he's actually talking to her, and like we get a really good conversation here, right? Where like Sam's like, listen, I've been segregated too. I know how it feels to not feel at home in your home. I get it. I'm with you. And Carly's really feeling that. She's like, okay, wow, we're building trust. It's a good relationship. And honestly, for me sitting here on my bed, I'm like, you know what? This could work out. Carly could be an Avenger, right? The same thing with like Scarlet Witch in her first movie, in Age of Ultron, right? Where she's like not really a good guy until, you know, Hawkeye sits down and is like, hey, listen, if you are going to help us, you're going to be an Avenger. We got to be together on this. And honestly, Sam and Carly here almost were on the same page until John Walker decided it was time to butt in, even though it hadn't been 10 minutes yet. And he comes in, and, you know, Carly's all pissed because, you know, there was an agreement that it was going to be alone and not going to be, you know, Captain America's going to be there. And so she gets all mad. They have this huge fight, blah, 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 whatever. It's an okay fight. It's not the greatest fight, but it's okay. And then they separate, and essentially Carly contacts Sam's sister, and who has the two nephews that we saw in the first episode. And essentially what happens is she's like, listen, you're going to tell Sam to meet me alone at this spot, or I'm going to kill your sister and your nephews. And so he goes with Bucky, because he's not going to leave Bucky behind. And essentially they're talking it out, and they're doing okay until they realize that John Walker is about to break into this facility and is going to try to kill, all the people and all that stuff. So they have to leave. They're like, all right, we gotta go. And then Carly takes that as like a bad thing, so she freaks out and tries to kill everybody. It sounds dumb, but it's really cool. And during all of this, there's also a big fight that happens at Zemo's house, and Zemo escapes. So we don't really know what's happening with him right now, but we will see in the future. And the fight with the Wakandans was really fun. I liked it a lot. The ending is where it really gets cool here, because they tie up Cap's friend, and Cap has, it looks like, we haven't quite figured it out. I forgot to mention, they destroyed all the super serums. Zemo did that. And then, this is before he got away, and Captain America pockets one vial of it. So then they have a conversation, and I think we're supposed to think at this point he has taken the serum, because it looks like he's taken the serum at this point for the last final fight. We don't know for sure, but we can be pretty confident. And if he hasn't taken it yet, then we know he's going to very soon. It's very obvious that is the course of action, which I called from the beginning, and most people did. It was pretty obvious that he's going to want to take the serum. So I'm excited to see what kind of repercussions that has, other than what has already happened, which is a big thing. So they tied up Cap's friend, and Captain America's fighting and all that jazz, and then they accidentally kill his friend. And so Cap's all mad, right? John Walker's all like pissed. So he chases the friend of Carly's outside, knocks him down, and in the best scene in the entire series so far, and honestly, one of the best MCU scenes in my opinion, I freaking love this scene. He literally just raises his shield up and bashes it down on his neck. It's the coolest thing. Oh, it's the coolest thing. And like, he does it multiple times, and I was like, oh, they're not showing any blood because it's Disney. But then at the end, he puts his shield back on, and he raises it, and there's just blood all over the bottom of it, and it looks so cool. It's like a horror Captain America. I'm like, this is what I wanted from him. Oh, it's so cool. It gave me chills. I'm like, oh, that's awesome. So now we know for a fact that, like, he's definitely the bad guy. For sure. And of course, Zemo's going to be against him too, because now he's got the super serum soldier soul stuff. So I don't know how that's going to work out. I think it's going to be a really cool season. I like it so much already. There's only 2 episodes left, and I don't really know how they're going to wrap anything up. There's no end credit scenes yet, and I'm like, why? I get it, though. This was a really good ending for what it had. But, no end credit scenes yet. And, I don't know. There's 2 episodes left. They still have to tie up a lot of stuff. They have to tie up the whole Zemo thing. They still have Sharon to discuss more about, because she's just a side character. That'd be dumb, because she's the 3rd build, so you'd think she'd be up top. She'd be more of the show. We have to take care of the Flag Smashers. We have to take care of Captain America still. I mean, there's a whole lot to do. And, like, in the trailer, they have a bunch of shots of Captain and Bucky playing with the shield and stuff, which isn't in the show yet, which means that I think we're supposed to mean that's the end of the show now, because they're not going to have time to do that anymore. And the shield is still with Captain America, although albeit not for long, because everybody was videotaping that event. So America's probably pissed off about that, but we'll see. But that's going to do it for my review of this show. Keep in touch for the next couple of hours, sort of. I'll be releasing another new release before I take a break. The goal is to watch 2 movies today, but I don't know if I'm going to have access to one of them, so I might only be able to watch one of them. But regardless, if I do film another video after the next video that comes out today, I'm going to take a break in between, go to Walmart and get a haircut, because my hair is getting a little too floofy. And I want to get it cut because I'm going to Florida in June. So I want it to be about this length before I go, and then cut it again before I go to Florida. That's the plan. But thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it so much. I don't know what I'm going to watch next, but I'm going to roll the dice and see what happens. I hope you guys have a great day, and hopefully you tune into my next other reviews. And please consider subscribing and liking the video. It's a huge help. I do this every week, and I upload a video every single day. So if you guys like this kind of content, just keep on coming in, subscribe, and stay forever, because I love you. And as always, keep watching movies and television, stay educated, and I'll see you guys in the next video.